Hey, what's going on? Nick Unsworth here, and welcome back to day number 3. So first and foremost, just a huge congrats, and just feel good that you've gone through day 1, day 2, day 3. You've committed to the process. You're focused. You've been taking action on this, and it's awesome. So congratulations on coming back to day 3. I will make sure that this is amazing for you. So what I love about the session here today is I'm going to be covering how you can 10x your performance in life and business. I want you to think about the feeling of being in the zone, right? So think of doing what you love and imagine that feeling of just being in the zone. So whether you're golfing and you just keep hitting these shots, it's like, you keep landing on the green, or it's like, think of Michael Jordan or you playing basketball, and every time you take the shot, it's like swish every single time. What would happen if your life, if you were in the zone and you knew how to get there? You leverage the moment on fire exercise, right? You leverage the goal setting exercise, and all this is building up. And now what I'm going to teach you is how to 10x your performance, how to get in the zone, how to stay there longer, and live a very just robust, fun life. At the end of the day, it's my mission is to help you live a life on fire, which is where you're filled with abundance, you love what you're doing for work, you're living your version of the dream, you're making more money than you need, and you're happy, you're fulfilled. You're enjoying your life in the present moments, and you're spending the time doing the things that you like. So, for today, the 10x, to 10x your performance in life and business, there's a couple steps. Number one, very important number one, is how you start your day. Your motivation, it's like, think of this like furnace. If you start the day and you fill up your furnace with the right, fuel, it's like that thing's gonna be burning all day. If you start your day on the wrong side of the bed, or it's like if you start your day the wrong way, everything spirals out of control, right? If you start your day and you rip over to McDonald's and you have yourself a bacon, egg, and cheese, it's like, I assure you that that's going to lead to, a bad level of energy. It's going to lead to bad decisions for lunch, which leads to bad decisions for dinner, and everything spirals out of control. So when you start your day correctly and you start your day with a morning ritual that you enjoy, it sets you up. It will create this motivation within inside of you that carries you through the day, and you'll be inspired all day long. So I want you to know that for me, when I moved out here to San Diego about 3.5 years ago, I was never a morning person. I used to tell myself over and over and over again, I'm a night owl, that I come alive and I think better at night, and that's just how I am. I've been like that my whole life, right? And I made a decision one day that when I moved out here, I was like, screw this night owl thing. I'm sick of working when people are out having fun. I'm sick of not living a life on fire. So I said, I'm going to become a morning person. So here's how you become not only a morning person, but a morning person that gets way more done and has a 10x multiplier on their activities and their focus and their time. So what I did was I decided to take my mornings back. And in the morning, what I want to encourage you to do is to try this, to take for the rest of this month, get up earlier. I don't care if it's 10 minutes earlier, 30 minutes earlier, get up a little bit earlier, right? So I never used to wake up before like 9 o'clock, but ever since I've been out here, I'm up at, I always wake up before my alarm clock, whether I'm up at, 5:30 or 6 o'clock. I mean, I get up early and it changes the day. But the reason I was able to turn this around in my mind is that I gave myself the time in the morning to enjoy the start of my day. If you have kids, there's always a way. I know I've got a lot of clients with kids and things, but there's always a way to carve out a little bit of personal time for yourself. So here's how the morning routine works. Get up earlier than you normally do, number one. Number two is when you wake up, the first thing I want you to do is while you're still in bed and you're still shaking out, the cobwebs, it's like the first thing that you do is say 3 things you're grateful for. When you think about when all the stresses of life and everything starts to beat us up, and it's like bills and worry and stress and anxiety, it's like take that moment when you first wake up and just be grateful for the things that you have, right? The power of gratitude will shift your mindset and lead to awesome things in your life. So say 3 things you're grateful for. It can be in your head, can be out loud, whatever you choose to do, but start with just gratitude. So say 3 things you're grateful for. Next thing from there, if you're into meditation or prayer, but I would tap into your spirituality. So if say 3 things you're grateful for, then from there, I always bust out a prayer. I've been doing it always in my head, and now I'm starting to do that, out loud and get more into it and really, just express that in a whole new way. But if it's in your head or you're out loud in any event, whether it's meditation or prayer, but give thanks to a higher power. Tap into that energy, and amazing things will happen. If you're into spirituality, it's like pray for the solution. Thank God for all the blessings in your life, and then pray for for what you want to have happen in your life. Allow a higher power to help you get that. You don't get what you don't ask for. So pray it up or meditate, whatever it is for you. It doesn't matter to me, whatever it is for you. So from there, then I just read my letter. So I want you to read your letter to yourself. That's the letter that you wrote in session number 2 on day 2 for the, in this 3-day challenge. And read that letter to yourself and allow that to fuel you up and motivate you, where you get excited of all the things that you're going to accomplish. Read the letter to yourself. Read the goals that you set out for, because that's refocusing exactly what you want to accomplish that month. And it's also filling you up with the way that you wrote that letter and all of the vivid expression and the feeling and emotion that you put in there. It's going to charge you up. You're going to feel goosebumps, your hair will raise, and you're going to get excited right in the very beginning of the day where your body needs it the most. So that fuels you up, you get fired up. From there, I think it's amazing if from that point you can then go have something super healthy. So whether it's fresh squeezed juice, whether it's a quick protein shake, something that's light, that is healthy, starting your day with the right energy. So I bust out a protein shake, super healthy, put a lot of spinach up in there, and then I exercise. The coolest thing about this, it can be walking, it can be running, can go do CrossFit, go to the gym. But when I do that, I pop in my earbuds and I listen to some awesome stuff. Whether it's my mentor Tony Robbins, whether it's Michael Burnoff, whether it's my pastor, I put in the earbuds and I fill myself up with awesome content. And here's a key thing, you can absolutely not have your phone in your bed checking email. If you wake up and you turn that thing on and you're seeing those notifications, you have to resist that temptation. Even texts. I do no texts, no emails until I start my day, because all of that will just draw on your energy. It will suck the life out of you, and you're going to be in reaction mode because you're going to be on your heels, just like, oh, here's all the crap that I have to do today. Here's all the stuff. Here's how buried I am at work, right? Remove all that distraction. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Make the morning yours. Make it so much fun that you look forward to the morning so much that you actually want to wake up before your alarm goes off, because you can't wait to have that time by yourself. That right there took me from a night owl to just a morning person, and it is one of my favorite parts of the entire day, because I get to just fill myself up with that energy and positivity and motivation that carries you through the day. So what's nice is you start there, get your exercise in, and for me, my morning routine, I go about 90 minutes before I actually start my day. If you only have 30 minutes, condense this, make this work for you. This is not a rigid, process. You can morph it into what's going to work for you. But if it's only 15 minutes, start there. If you've got kids and once they're up, they're bonkers, if it's 10 minutes, make it 10 minutes. Make that your time in the morning. So morning routine is a game changer. And do not hop on social media. Do not hop on email. Do not touch your phone. Your significant other, if you have one, or spouse, they will love you for not doing that. But make this time yours. Put the right positivity in your head, and it's going to pay off all day long. So the next thing is I want to help you master your calendar, because our lives, as we know, right, they're getting crazier and busier, and we're giving more access to people, and it's like our lives are getting really freaking busy. So with your calendar, I want you to start to think about batching your activities. So, if you're in business and you can take certain tasks, batch them together, right? And you work, and it's like sprint and break, sprint and break, sprint and break, and you want to get your focused, your highest leverage activities done earlier in the day. Have you ever had an experience where the 3 o'clock comes around, you're like, you kind of lose a little dip in energy? Get your most important profit-producing tasks and activities done earlier in the day. And you want to time block them and literally calendar the things that you want to do. When you calendar what it is that you want to accomplish, you have it framed out. Turn off your distractions. I don't have Skype up. I have my phone on silent, flipped over. I have my Outlook off, no email. When I have to, when you want to get something done, eliminate all distractions and just focus in on that calendar time block time to get it done. For me, I do a lot of business coaching calls. I go back to back to back to back. 30-minute calls one after another, after another, after another, because it allows me to get in a flow state and get in the zone. And I batch them so that I do all my calls back to back in the same time, right? Then I take a break. Then I go back and I do it again. Now, if I need to switch gears in my brain and do something like copywriting or writing articles or blog posts, I'll do that on a different day. A day like today making videos, we don't do these like, I didn't shoot these a day in between, right? It's like you want to get in the flow state so that you're in the zone. So you want to batch this stuff up. So it's just called batching. Now the next thing is I want you to calendar your vacations. I want you to calendar your free time, and I want you to be liberal with it. Because what happens, and maybe you've had this experience, when you schedule a vacation, how much work do you get done before you go on vacation? Think about that. Before you go on vacation, isn't it amazing that you compress so much stuff into a short period of time and you somehow get it all done before you go on vacation? Imagine if you were so productive that you operated that way all the time. And it was fun, and you felt accomplished, and you weren't overworked. But imagine what would happen to you. So that same concept of having a vacation and then getting so much done, we can actually operate like that every single day in the zone. And so there's a concept called Parkinson's Law. So a task that you have is going to take as long or as short as the amount of allotted time that you give it. So for example, if I wanted to make a presentation, and that presentation, if it was coming up, I've got this event in the Philippines, it's like, if that presentation was 2 months away and I started working on it, I could work on that thing for 20 hours between now and when the event happens. Versus if I block 90 minutes 2 days before that event or a week before the event, whatever that may be, and I have to do it at that time, guess what? It's going to get done. It's just like the work that you do before you go on vacation, it's going to get done. So what I want to encourage you to do is when you are in that kind of a pressure environment, it's not a bad thing. Take the pressure from that situation and allow you to get in the right state of mind because you can get so much done in less time. So I want you to really think about that and schedule your adventures first. Schedule your vacations, schedule your time for yourself. When you master your calendar, you completely get more time back. And that time you can spend with your family, with your friends, by yourself, doing something that you love, treating yourself. So really master your calendar, schedule those things out in advance. Another thing, to 10x your life and business, we want to be in that state of mind where we're constantly motivated. Now, what's one of the biggest killers of motivation? One of the biggest killers of motivation is doing something that you don't like doing. Anytime when I look at, maybe it's a team member or an employee or someone that I work with or myself included, when you look at where you struggle or where you don't have motivation to do something, oftentimes it's because you don't like freaking doing it. It's because it's something you're not good at. It's something that you dread doing. What I want to encourage you to do is identify what you like doing, what you don't like doing. Sometimes at work you have choices. At work, if you're an entrepreneur, you can hire someone or you can delegate. There's always a way. People always tell me, and as a business coach, Nick, I can't delegate that. It's shenanigans. You can delegate literally anything. And the whole thing is identify what you like to do, what you don't like to do, and look at your day. If you were to just take your day and you were to journal a day and what you actually do, what you're going to find is things that you like to do, things that you don't like to do. If you were to take the things that you don't like to do and find a way to delegate them off of your plate, you will find that you are constantly in the zone. You're constantly in a flow state because you're only doing activities that you enjoy doing. Now, I completely understand not everyone's an entrepreneur. Not everyone can just delegate everything away, but there's baby steps that you can take. If you dread cleaning at home, it's like, get the house cleaner. You take that same amount of time and leverage it to do something else. So when you enjoy what it is that you're doing, you're going to have that motivation, you're going to want to do it, you're going to be in the flow state, so you're going to get more done in less time and 10x your performance in life and business. So one other thing that is huge is that have you ever had an experience where you get into work, you're all excited, even if you're all motivated, then you check your email and there's something in there that just funks you out. It's like, oh man, this person needs this and this person needs that. And now you're on your heels and their email is just beating you up. And then a whole half a day goes by and you've just been cranking on email, but you haven't really accomplished anything. You've been sitting, you're hunched over, and nothing really got done. So email to me is the killer of motivation. Email is the killer of energy. And oftentimes we can actually take email and we can master email. So what I want you to do, take this challenge. Shoot, you're doing the 3-day motivation challenge. Go all the way with me right now. Focus in, commit to this too. Take your email, put up an away message. Have your away message be, I personally have it say limited email access. I let people know that I'm focused on my clients, I'm focused on my Ignite event that I have coming up, and I don't use email all the time. And that if they need something, they can reach out to Donna, my support team member. And I tell them what they can do when, and when I'll respond. I'll respond within 24 hours and things like that. So a lot of the spammy stuff that comes in, there's an expectation that I'm probably not going to get back to it, right? So we can eliminate that stuff. But it changes from feeling like I always have to be in there and responding all the time, and I don't. If I don't like email, I can do business with my clients on the phone, which I do. I can do business communicating in a whole variety of ways. If you don't like email and that bogs you down, you can limit it so that it doesn't own you, you own it, right? And it's so powerful when you gain control over your inbox and you master it and you say that I respond to emails twice a day, at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. It's like that right there changes everything, and it's going to really help you 10x your business in your life, because when you're not getting bogged down by that energy, you can spend the time doing the things that you're good at, the things that pay you well, and profit-producing activities. So that wraps things up here on day 3. What I want to encourage you to do, I've got 2 next steps for you. Number 1 is there's another fast action sheet below. You committed to 3 days with me going through these sessions and videos, and here's the thing, it doesn't end here, right? You learn techniques, right? I gave you this playbook, and all you have to do, the only thing you have to do is just take it and run with it every single day. Do your morning routine, keep thinking about your moment on fire, and set your goals monthly. If you just do that, just run with that every single day, you're going to create so much lasting change in your life, in your business. You're going to attract so much abundance into your life, so many new relationships. You're going to be magnetic. You're going to be the person that's constantly going through life, cranking through challenges, because you're excited, you're motivated from the inside out, not a fleeting, just a short-term motivation, deep, inspired motivation. So commit to the rest of the process, check out the fast action sheet below. And then the last thing is I want to highly encourage you to check out my Ignite Your Movement event. Down below, you're going to see a video. I really want to encourage you to take a look at it. We also have a recap video. And this event is absolutely life-changing for so many different reasons. I won't do it any justice. You just have to take a look at the video below, click the link, check out what Ignite Your Movement will look like, and you've got to join us there. It is going to be transformational, and we're going to help you take your life and business to a whole new level. So check out the link below and the video below, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.